Subin comes running to Lige. He looks at her foot and says that this is because of me. He starts crying. She wipes his tears and says, who told you that you did all this to me? It is not your fault. Your mother is sleeping. Let's talk outside. They come outside. Subin says, were you never going to tell me about this? Lige refuses and says, how could I tell you that I like you so much? If I said that, you would become arrogant. Subin says, still, you should have scolded me, you should have slapped me, you should have cursed me. Lige says, do you think I did not do all of that when you came? I did all of this. I already told you that you are not my regret. I am my own regret. I have been blaming myself for years because all this happened because of me. But he refuses and says if I had not wanted it, none of this would have happened. Lige says, so what? It is not like you can go back in time and change all this. It cannot happen. In the morning, he sees that his mother is cooking food. He starts telling his mother that you did not need to do all this. But the woman refuses and says, eat quickly. I am going home. Your father must be waiting for me. But Subin refuses and says there is no need for you to go there. You can stay here and tell me if you need anything. In the next scene, we see him coming to Jongsun. He is showing the medicine and telling her what time she has to take which one. His mother is also there. He tells his mother that you have to stay here and take care of your grandmother. In the next scene, Lige is with her family. She tells them that Jubin found out what happened to me in the past. Yunok says it is good. Now he knows what mistake he made. Now he will go to America. But Young says that cannot happen. He will work with her. Young says I think Subin must be heartbroken. He gives his sister advice and says that a girl can stay with a boy who makes her cry. But a boy cannot stay with a girl who makes him cry. Lige says why? Young said because he feels pain because of her. In the next scene, she comes outside the house. She was thinking about Subin. Just then Subin comes to her. He takes her bag and asks, are you having pain in your foot? He was asking about many things, like when the pain happens. But she says nothing will happen to me. I am an Iron Man. I have a rod here. Although sometimes I have pain, like during rainy weather or when I run. If my mood is good, I do not have pain. Subin remembers the rainy scene when we kissed. Later, he mentions the kiss and says tell me about that time. Was your mood good then? But she does not say anything and runs inside. In the next scene, we see that he takes a lot of care of her foot. He orders many things here. Even a massage chair arrives. In the next scene, we see Lige was very happy because the script, Gongsang Love Song, gets completed. Both of them celebrate and talk throughout the night. In the next scene, we see Subin calls his entire staff so that they can shoot. We see Lige coming toward Subin and asking why there is suddenly a staff meeting. There is a man behind her who is following her. Suddenly, he comes toward her. She twists his hand and asks who are you? The man looks at her and says you are Director Lige. I am Assistant Director Sangmang. She lets him go. The man says I was only asking about the direction. Later, both of them come to Subin and meet the other members. Lige finds out that all of them are going to choose locations so that we can shoot there. She takes Subin to the side room. She asks what is all this? We had decided that today we were going to have a meeting about the script. You will choose the locations. There will also be hacking there. Are you stopping me from going because of my foot? But he refuses and says it is not like that. There are other producers here for the script meeting. You can have a meeting with them. Later, everyone comes outside and sits in the car. Subin looks at Lige, and she also goes with them. Now Lige has a meeting inside and shows them her script. In the next scene, we see Yugen who was making his delivery, but he gets into an accident and his hand gets injured. He does not go to the hospital. However, his news appears on TV. He comes to the roof of his house. He was thinking about something. We see Sui who is with Director Kong at the restaurant. She looks at Yugen's profile and asks him, is this the same boy my daughter is meeting? He answers yes. Sui says this boy is very good. Let's work with him. We see Mihana. Song Yoon comes to her. He shows her a script and says your mother is very mean. I came first for the role in the script. I even talked to the director, but your mother removed me so that you could do this role yourself. But Hannah says, so what? I did not do anything. You had not even read the script. I know everything. But later Hannah says you can do all this. Anyway, I do not want to do this role. I want to leave everything. In the next scene, everyone comes for a group photo. Hannah sees that Yugen is not there. She asks her manager where he went. She says that he died. Hannah says, when did that happen? The manager tells her it happened when you were on vacation. We see Yugen who comes to his village. He talks to his father. The man says, I gave you 10 years, but 2 years have passed above that. Now come back here and handle the shop. But he refuses and says, I want to work and I fully believe that I will work. I will show that I can succeed in this. But the man shouts and tells him not to do this. He asks, then why did you come here? Yugen says, because I was missing you. Later, he starts leaving. His father shouts and says, I am giving you 1 month. If you do not succeed, I will bring you back here myself. In the next scene, Yugen comes near the beach and starts crying. His brother comes nearby in a car. He sees him crying. Later, he drops him at the bus stop. He says, father is taking care of you. That is why he was saying all those things. Yugen says, I know. Later, he comes out of the car, but then he gives him something and says, father told me to give this to you. There is some money in it. He wants to return it, but he leaves with the car. Just then Yugen gets a call. Yugen says, who is speaking? The man says, I am the director. Where are you? We see Lee Jae, who is still having a meeting with them. Everyone is looking at the group chat where the location photos have been posted. They are talking about this. They ask Lee Jae and say, is it not right? Can you talk to Subin? But then they find out that Lee Jae herself is not in the group chat. They were asking the reason. Lee Jae lies and says, Subin will talk to me later and I will show his photo. They say then it is fine. Later, they say we are going home. But when Lee Jae comes, she sees that everyone is drinking here. They say we were just leaving. Will you join us? But she makes an excuse about a phone call, runs away from there, and comes to her home. In the next scene, we see Subin comes to his house with his crew. Everyone has another meeting about what they should do next. After some time, Lee Jae comes there. Everyone looks at her. But she goes inside her room. In the next scene, she comes out of her room. She sees that Subin is alone here. She asks, where did everyone else go? Subin says they went to rest. Come here. I will show you the location photos. Later, he starts showing them, but she was looking at his face. Lee Jae says, what have you told them? That I am your first love. Treat me specially. That my foot is also injured. What things have you told them? She was very upset. Subin looks at her and says, did your ex say something? But she refuses and says, why are you treating me like I cannot do anything? Do you also want to know what my opinion is? Why is nobody asking me? Later, she leaves upset that we see Sway, who is watching the script, Gong sang love song, and becomes emotional. She starts crying, she tells Kong. After they leave, we see Hannah outside. The manager is also there. The manager says she has left. Hannah later secretly comes into her office and is looking for something. Here, she also sees the seal with her name on it. As she is about to leave, she sees the script, Gong sang love song, and starts reading the script. She goes inside the script and thinks about what could happen to me if I do this role. She comes outside and messages Yugen and says, I have found a way out. We see Yugen, who is with Sway, who wants to work with him and asks him to sign a contract. He does not refuse and says it has to be done within 1 month. Sway says okay. Anyway, I do not have patience inside me. In the next scene, we see Subin with his crew. Everyone is at the restaurant and eating food. Later, Lee Jae also comes and joins them. She wants to give her opinion about the location. But nobody listens to her. Subin was looking at Lee Jae. We see Sangmang, who is very drunk. He comes outside and talks to his friend. When Lee Jae is in the restroom, he starts shouting and says, who made her a director? She did not even go to any university to study. He starts abusing her. Subin also comes there and hears all this. He shouts at Sangmang about Lee Jae. He tells him to come outside. Lee Jae does the same and passes by Subin. She does not say anything to him. In the next scene, we see Subin talking to Sangmang. He tells him, yesterday you were drunk. What were you saying? You do not know. But that script was written by Lee Jae during her school time. Be careful from now on. He says okay, I understand that. In the next scene, we see Lee Jae who is at her home. She calls Subin and says I want to meet you. Later, she takes him to the ground. She runs and shows him that look, my foot is completely fine. She runs several rounds here. Lee Jae says if you feel sorry for me, if you feel bad for me, then let me do what I want and help me so that I can move forward. Subin starts remembering the past scenes of how I worked with Lee Jae. He comes to her. He touches her face and says I always wanted to be like you because your face always keeps shining. That is why I like you. Later, he kisses her and says I should have told you all these things when we were 19 years old. But now it is not like that. Now I want to stop. I do not want to become another scar on your life. I only want you to keep signing. Forgive me for this. But Lee Jae says why are you saying sorry? I am only asking you to help me so that I can move forward. Okay. Until the new draft is ready, I will work at my home. Subin looks at her and says are you saying goodbye to me? Lee Jae says when this work is completed, we will meet as colleagues. Subin also agrees with her. Lee Jae later leaves.